Welcome to the ownership review of the Mercedes C400. I've been driving this car for more than 6 years now. The car has done almost 125,000 kilometers. That's approximately 77,000 miles, I believe. In this video I will share my ownership experience, all the maintenance I've done, the things I like about this car, the things that I don't like about this car. So if you're interested in buying a C400, you should definitely watch this video. This C400 is from September 2016. It has the 9G Tronic automatic transmission. The cars from 2014, 15 and up till the middle of 2016 came with the 7G Tronic automatic transmission. During the 6 years of driving this car, I haven't encountered any major issues. It has been very reliable in general. I've kept up with the maintenance, of course, always maintained it by a certified Mercedes-Benz dealership. So no major issues in 6 years. On my previous videos of this car, people ask me a lot of times how to get the engine data to show. First of all, you need the command online upgraded navigation system. Then you press this shortcut to the car settings. You go to dynamic select. You go to engine data and there you get it. The maintenance I've done, regular maintenance, the last maintenance was 8 months ago. That was the most expensive maintenance I've done to the car so far. The car gets new oil, the spark plugs change, and of course it's a 6-cylinder, so you have to multiply the spark plugs by 6. The air filter, things like that. Transmission fluid was done previously. Let's second gear. Oh man. Let's take this corner. It grips so well. Oh, and you see these Michelin Pilot Sport 5 tires, they just glue to the road. Combined with the 4MATIC, 67% to the rear, I believe, and 33% to the front wheels. This car comes with the M276 3-liter V6 BiTurbo engine. In the C400 it produces 480 Nm of torque and 333 horsepower. Everything I missed about the maintenance I will just place on the screen here. Make a summary of it and the total costs. The maintenance prior to that, I've done the transmission fluid flush. That was about 330 euros, I believe. After that flush, I've experienced that the transmission shifts a little bit smoother, but still I will share some downside what I've experienced with the 9G Tronic. Not a very big issue, but still it's an issue for me. Yeah, what do I like most of this car? Yeah, that V6 BiTurbo engine. It's such a lovely engine. It's so grunty, low down. Starts picking up low down the revs, and it keeps on revving. But unlike BMW's inline 6, which keeps on revving and revving like it's a natural aspirated engine, this in the C400, it bogs down at the last 500 RPMs. It flattens out. It doesn't lose its power, but it flattens out and it becomes less enjoyable to rev it all the way out. Yeah, Mercedes has used this engine a lot in a lot of models, and the C-Class is the smallest car with this engine. So you can believe that it's very fast in a smaller car. Even though I'm saying it's a small car, it weighs about 1,545 kilograms dry. For a 4MATIC V6 engined car, I think it's still a decent. Yeah, it's not lightweight, but it's not heavy. Definitely not. The 9G Tronic, it's of course it's a single clutch. Yeah, it's yeah, in the comfort. We're now in comfort mode. It shifts very smooth. We're in 8th gear. Goes to 9, and we're doing only 90 kilometers per hour. And what I like about the transmission is that when you press it a little, it goes 1 or 2 gears back. You press a little bit more, goes 1 more gear. So you can. It's very controllable. You can control the transmission, how the transmission reacts with your throttle. That's very good of this car. The steering is pretty good. It's pretty direct. Reacts very good when giving it input. The middle is also fairly good. You feel where the center is. Not a whole lot of feedback coming through the steering wheel, but it's great. You can place the car greatly. This car has the upgraded sport suspension, which is of course not as comfortable as you would expect from a Mercedes-Benz. If you want the most comfortable experience in this car, you should look for a model with the aromatic air suspension. The exterior looks, it's still, in my opinion, it's still a gorgeous car. The interior looks good. Those buttons on the door panel, the memory seats, the Burmester surround sound system, all sounds good. It looks good. It still feels good. Look at the exterior of this car. It's a timeless design in my opinion. W205 is a great design. Of course, it's a lovely car, but it comes with downside. I've found in 6 years driving this car, I found 10 downsides that I've experienced. Some are major, some are very minor things. If you're doing very long distances, the seats, especially the bottom part of the seats, can feel a bit hard. In the E-Class and S-Class, the seats are much softer, much better. So keep that in mind if you're doing very long distances. Another thing I saw also on the internet quite a lot is some creaks in the interior panels, especially this center console, which is in this case from dark wood. It looks lovely, but listen, sometimes it's worse than other times, but I still want to mention it. Yeah, and if you go from very harsh bits of road, then it cracks also on the dashboard. So yeah, it's not very disturbing. I mean, look, now it's gone. You see, it needs some creaking and then it disappears. It needs to settle. The whole panel needs to settle. But other things, the door panels, I mean, it feels still solid and lovely. Some soft touch plastics here. You can get the leather upgrade on the dash. This car does have it, but it has lovely leather on the door panels. Yeah, so a minor complaint is that. But the seats for long distances is a bigger complaint. Another thing is the harsh suspension. As I mentioned earlier, this car has the AMG line sport suspension. It's on a bit of smooth roads and road imperfections that are more gradual. It's good. It sorts out, and for the rear passengers, it's also pretty smooth. But if you're sitting on the front and you have these, what we experienced earlier, the soft or the harsh rigids on the road surfaces, then you do quite get experience them a lot. But another plus side of this sport suspension is that the car stays fairly flat in corners. I mean, it handles pretty good. This car has the high performance LED headlights. These are static headlights, so they do not move like the upgraded multi-beam headlights. The multi-beam headlight offer way better visibility at night compared to these static LED lights. Another thing, when you're driving in rain, the windscreen wipers. I've changed them already twice, but they leave a stain, and on high speed the speed of the wipers isn't fast enough. The sound you experience in this car is all engine sound. You barely hear anything of the exhaust. Let's put the car in Sport Plus mode. Second gear. Oh yeah, second to third, lovely, but it's all engine sound, not that much exhaust sound. But if you want exhaust sound, you should get the C400. Same engine, slightly more power. This car is more of a sleeper car. It's more of a wolf in sheep's clothing. You should see this car as like that, which is very appealing to me, of course. But for maybe some people it's not appealing. They want a wolf, no, a sheep in wolf's clothing. That's also possible, that setup. But this car is the other way around. So we're in Sport Plus mode. Let's launch it. Come to a stop. Sport Plus mode. Full throttle. One 20 almost. It's very fast. It's I believe 4.9 to 100 from standstill. I've braked there, and another downside of this car is brake feel. When initially pressing the brake pedal, you don't feel a lot, and the car doesn't stop a lot. Another downside I've experienced with the 9G Tronic automatic transmission, when you come to a standstill from third to second gear or second to first, sometimes it shakes up the whole drivetrain, and it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. I've noticed it quite a few times. Another small thing, also with the 9G Tronic automatic transmission, when you're changing driving modes, for example from comfort to sport, do not let go of the throttle while changing, or keeping your throttle steady while changing. The car can shake up, jerking you through the drivetrain. Yeah, it's not a deal breaker, of course, but those are small things that do take away from the overall experience. The last downside that I've experienced with this car is I use the Mercedes Me app. With that app you can lock and unlock the car, all the car data, how much range you got, how much fuel there is in the tank, tire pressure, a lot of things. I used to be able to see where the car was, the location of the car, GPS location with that app. But I've asked it also at the Mercedes dealer, and they said to me cars from before 2018 use a 2G or 3G connection. Cars from 2018 or 19 and upwards use the 4G or 5G connection. And Mercedes took away the ability for GPS tracking with the 2 and 3G connected cars. Yeah, those 10 things that I mentioned were the downsides of experience. Other than that, this car it's solid. I still love it after 6 years. It's an amazing car. Now let's talk about the fuel efficiency. What we've done now is 12.8 liters per 100 kilometer. Yeah, that's not efficient, of course, and it can get way worse when you're doing harsh accelerations in town. But I will put a highway cruise that I did with driving this car very efficiently, and I went as low as 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers. For a BiTurbo 4MATIC 4-wheel drive, V6 car. And overall fuel efficiency, fuel economy I did, it was overall now, it's 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's with everything. And I think that's a great figure for a V6 four-wheel drive car. And you feel that back end, you know, because it gives 67% of its power to the rear wheels. When you're one gear at a time, the transmission is great. There's nothing to complain. Back to second. And it's so smooth on this bit of road. It stays flat around corners. You see that it can do everything. It's fast. It's fun to drive. It's efficient, great looking, great feeling. If you're thinking about buying a C400, and nowadays they're not that expensive anymore. They've gone down in prices. Get one with the right options that you like. This one has AMG line exterior package, but the exclusive with the one with the classical stars is also, I'm starting to like that one also. Whatever choice you make, it's still overall a great car. Even the 7G Tronic automatic transmission, so the older C400, even those are pretty good. The transmission may not be as fuel efficient or as responsive as this one, but still the engine is lovely. So let's check tire pressure. So either way you go, whatever you do, it's such a great car. How should I sum this car up? It's very simple. It's a perfect all-round package. It's fast, it's efficient, it looks great, it feels good. This car is now 8 years old in 2024 and it's still very desirable. Yeah, of course the multimedia interface is it's outdated, but it still shows me the engine data menu. And and it has great audio with the Burmester surround sound system. In 2024, do I recommend buying a 2016 or a C400 of the W205 C-Class in general? Definitely. Because it's still very fast. It's efficient when you want it to be. It still looks great, it feels good. It's just a lovely package. It's a great all-round package. So, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on my car and motorcycle journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.